So, yesterday I had a fantastic conversation with one of my favorite people in this world, Rihanna Karp. And she asked me a question. She said, Stephanie, what do you mean by a surrender journey? What do you mean by surrender? What does that look like? And I just love that question for so many different reasons because it's true. I've heard surrender defined in a multitude of ways. And I ended up actually drawing a picture for her that I wanted to share with you. So I'm going to switch screens here in hopes that really this could help you out if you're interested or maybe you've never thought of or heard about a surrender journey. The way I described surrender was, this is you, this is me, this is us. This is how we start in the world. And I've always kind of visualized it this way. We start as whole beings. Easy to think of wholeness when you look into a baby or a little child's eyes. You just see pure innocence, right? And pure worth even. So wholeness. I see us as these yellow blobs of light in this world, emitting all of our love and light energy. What happens though, as we grow, is we're still these yellow blobs of light. So kind of fast forward maybe to middle school, high school, maybe you as an adult. And it kind of feels like there's mud thrown at us, right? We start to doubt this sense of worth that we had so purely before. So these little squigglies, and maybe part of you kind of feels like this a lot of times, right? Mud gets thrown on us, and we start to forget that we are this whole ball of light. This might be expectations. This might be judgments. This could be a lot of things, right? It's kind of like muddiness. Fast forward again, and this is what I feel our society is today. This is how I feel a lot of times. I feel like this. I feel like I'm covered in mud. There's nothing worthy. There's so much self-judgment happening. And so what do? We go out and we do, right? What do? We start to do more. Oh, maybe if I try to do more things, I can find some of this light. And maybe you do. Maybe you get glimpses and maybe you kind of actually, take off some of that. Maybe there's a little yellow that builds right here. What actually ends up always happening is after this, we end up throwing more mud on ourselves because we get mad, upset, or whatever that, judgment, expectation, whatever that might be. So we keep doing more and we keep going through this vicious cycle of doing. And so when she asked me the question, what is surrender? Stephanie, what is surrender? Surrender to me is moving backwards, which is interesting because we're always trying to move forwards, right? But it's almost this kind of pausing, this slowing down, and starting to notice what mud have I thrown on myself? What mud have I allowed others to throw on me? And it's almost this, through the process of surrender, the journey of surrender, I find myself back here, where I'm noticing the brown and I'm allowing the brown to come up. It kind of does a little bit something like this, like it comes up and it comes out. Until I have really, if you look at this half of my circle, I'm more in a space like this. I might feel anger at moments and it comes up and it comes out. I might feel sadness, it comes up and it comes out. There's no judgment, there's no expectations. I'm no longer doing, I am being. Until eventually, the journey of surrender, I remember. This is my invitation to you. Remember that you are always and always have been whole. You are whole just as you are. You don't have to go do anything. You just naturally are a whole being. And that is my definition and how I see surrender.